Hello, welcome to Babble About Books. My name is Tavia and I am here to do the newbie tag with a little twist. I'm going to add a couple extra questions in. So let's start off with the first question. Why did I start this channel? I started this channel because I love talking about books and nobody in my life really reads. And you know, I would just love to be able to talk to people about the books I love and, you know, really go into depth about it. What are some fun and unique things I can bring to Booktube? Generic answer, but still very valid and true. My personality, you know, and hopefully some of the video ideas I'm thinking about are going to be, you know, maybe a little more unique. What am I most excited for about this channel is definitely talking to people about books. I am so excited to be able to expand the books I read and be able to talk to people about the books I love and make people read the books I love. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm excited to be able to talk to people about books and, you know, really expand my knowledge and read more different varieties than what, you know, I have been in the past. Question number 4. Why do I love reading? Super generic question. Escape from the real world. Also, it blows my mind that there are people out there that can create these worlds that we as readers can get lost in. And having a writer in my life, my sister, she is currently writing books, and just the fact that she's able to think of these worlds, any author really is able to create these worlds that us as readers are able to, you know, go to and be a part of is just beautiful and honestly blows my mind. And that's why I love reading, because I could never think of some of these things, and the fact that I'm able to share that with so many people and also get to go to different places that aren't even real is stunning to me. What book series or book got me into reading? A couple different answers. I always read. My mom loved making me and my siblings read all year round. So we read a lot of Magic Treehouse books, so those were, when I was younger, definitely books we read all the time. And then my sister wrote a book called The Greaser that she used to read to us, which we loved. So that was also a book that really, you know, strong childhood memory. But when I really got deep into reading is when I moved here. My sister gave me a Nicholas Sparks book, A Walk to Remember, and I sat in a windowsill and binged it in like 2 weeks, and I didn't really read at that point, hated books. I was like 12 and I was like, gross, books, no thanks. So definitely Nicholas Sparks' A Walk to Remember got me into reading, and had all throughout high school only read romance. What question would you ask your favorite booktubers? How do you come up with some of these ideas? And also rating books. How do you rate your books? I know a lot of my favorite booktubers have videos on how they rate, and it's like, you know, so I can like watch those videos, but I never thought about rating books until I started watching Booktube, and people are like, oh, I gave that 5 stars, and I'm like, I like it or I didn't. So like, how do you think about the books, and like what makes you really rate it 5 stars versus 4 stars? I know a lot do like points, like decimals, so probably that. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably recording myself, but also the editing. I'm not tech savvy at all. Luckily my mom is. She's a photographer, and so she works really well with computers, so she's going to be helping me edit a lot of my videos. So thank you, Mom. Shout out to you. When did you start reading? Like I said, my mom always made us read, so probably if she wasn't reading to us, she was making us read or making one of my siblings read to us. I have a whole lot of siblings, so probably my whole entire life. But like when I personally decided I wanted to read and that was something I was going to be doing, I would probably say 11, 12, when I read A Walk to Remember. Where do I read? In my new apartment, I have a little cozy nook set up with a huge chair. It's like kind of like half of a couch, but not. I like to read there. My animals curl up with me, and so it's just nice and cozy, and I can stare out my window, and it's faces a forest, so it's beautiful. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Mainly, I was mainly reading all throughout high school romance, and then when I got out of high school I really stopped reading. Life got in the way, and so I picked up a young adult fantasy, fell in love with it, the Cruel Prince series. So I was like, oh cool, I like fantasy. Not realizing I owned so many fantasies on my bookshelf, but I just never really got around to reading. And then historical fiction is also something I really, really love. So I would definitely say romance, historical fiction, and young adult fantasy are the kind of books I like to read, but I definitely want to expand more and dip my toes in all genres possible. And then a book I want everyone to read is super easy for me. Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. If not, I am so sorry. Loved it, raved about it, want to reread it, and I can't say enough good things about it. It made me feel everything. It taught me so much about a shipwreck that killed more people than the Titanic. It was amazing, and the journey that you go through was beautiful. It's probably going to be hard for some people because it switches POVs. So many, I think you have 4 different POVs in this, but I did not shut up about it to any of my family members, and at one point they were just like, stop talking to us about this book, we're not going to read it, which is annoying, but that's okay. So yeah, I wish everyone would read this book. It was beautiful, it was tragic, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. If my bookshelf caught on fire, what is one book I would save? A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. My sister gave it to me on like my 12th birthday, and she wrote me a little note in here, and it's one of my most prized possessions. It's the only book I own that has, well, no, These Shallow Graves also has deckled edges, but you know, it was the first book in my book collection. It has sentimental value, so definitely this would be the first one I would go to, and I know exactly where it is everywhere I move. So yeah, I would definitely save this book. Okay, so that is the end of the newbie tag. I will be posting videos every Wednesday. I've got so many ideas coming up for December and all of next year, so stay tuned for those. If you want to see those, like and subscribe. I'm also gonna tag a couple of newbie tags that I watched that I absolutely loved, and then I binge watched these people's channels, so I'll leave a couple of those down below. I will also leave my sister's YouTube channel down below as well. She's an aspiring author, and she does all sorts of kind of videos. She did NaNoWriMo, I believe is what it's called, so I will also link her down below as well so you can check her out, because soon, eventually, one day, she's going to need people to read her books and, you know, help her with ideas, which is currently what I'm doing because, like I said, nobody in my life really reads. So, yeah, that is the end of this. Like I said, like and subscribe, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye!